Hey everyone, it's Phoebe here, and I have a great new feature to share with you all called Clofab. It's part of our 2025.1 release, and let's dive on in and have some fun while we learn. Okay, so I have Clo open up here, and now I am ready to create and make some fabric. Now, we have this new thing called Clofab. It's fabulous. And there's a few ways to get to it. So you can get to it here with this button right over here in your object browser, Clofab. You can also get to it in your object browser underneath fabrics in these three little dots. You can click here and then you'll see Clofab and you can see map and physical properties, and you can click either one of these and get to it. Or you can also go all the way up at your top toolbar and go to Fabric and then hit Clofab, and then you can get to it here. My personal favorite is the button right here that says Clofab. So I'm going to open this up. What you're going to see is another fabric is going to be created in your object browser, and the Clofab window is then going to come up, just like so. Now, fun fact about Clofab is it will connect. It does already, but once you have the new zFab kit, it will connect to it. You just need the new zFab kit for it to connect. If you want to learn more about that, or if you just want to explore CLO zFab kit, click on this and you can see right here all about CLO zFab. You could pre-order now and everything. So that's just fun. We're not going to dive too deeply on that because when everyone gets their zFab kit, we're going to have a whole video about that. If you also want to learn more about how it works, you can just click this one right here too. And guess what? It's going to pull you up to your manual. Look at this. It's going to give you all the instructions you need all right here and great information. All right. We'll get to some of that later. So at the very top part here, you can actually put in all of your fabric information, which you see here in your property editor information. I'm going to name this Phoebe's. I don't know. And the supplier is going to be Clo. And the owner is going to be Clo Virtual Fashion. Because I'm so creative. Now down below, we see maps and physical property. Now, this is the great thing about Clofab, why it might be fabulous. It's because it's combined our seamless texture generator with our fabric creator into one tool. So we have our window here, Clofab, and if you want to create seamless textured maps, you just go to your map section. If you want to create physical fabric, you go to your physical properties. It's very easy. It's really great. I'm going to show it to you right now. So for the maps, I'm going to hit open map. And over here I have a window. In my window, I have some maps here. Now, what's nice is if you name it all properly. So when I say you name it properly, I mean you have your fabric's name and then underscore. It can then be color, displacement, normal map, rough. It can be shortened cull or shortened dis or all of that stuff. Or it can be the full word. As you can see here, I have both options all right there. So it's however you want to write it in, you can write it in. But if you have all of your maps like that, then when you click one and you hit open, all of them will open up. Now, this fabric map that I'm bringing in is actually what I used in our zFab kit. I took the kit and scanned my fabrics in and everything. So this is how it would kind of look. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to crop this image so that I get rid of that black space and the spaces that I don't really want to see, and I just focus in on a repeat. It's going to be a large amount of repeats just because the more the better. So I'm going to just adjust and move this around. I can also click and move this however I'd like. Maybe I want this to be a little bit bigger. But yeah, I'm happy here. The whole point of this step is to basically just make sure you don't have any spaces you don't want in a seamless repeat within this space. So I'm just going to hit check. I'm all good and I'm happy. All right, so now I have what I just cut apart and everything here. Great. Now, up top, it's going to give me some information. So if you're on your own and you need to figure it out, guess what? We have some great prompts and information for you to learn, and there's all of this. If you're here with me, then I'm going to tell you right now. One of the great things is I just brought in all of my maps that you can see here. So all of the maps were automatically brought in because I named everything properly. And what I'm going to do here is I'm now going to select an area to create that repeat that I want. So I'm going to do something, it's not wrong, but like a pop-up window is going to come up just to show you. So I'm going to create this line, this like section, and now I have this information window that comes up, and it's just telling me, please select a pattern type first. So what does that mean? That pattern type it's asking for you to select is right over here underneath your settings. It's going to say pattern type, and you're going to hit select. Now, I'm going to just quickly jump into that manual page that we kind of all saw before right here, just to let you guys know what the options are. So plain/irregular is either it's a plain, there's really no repeat here, it's just like a plain fabric, or there's a really irregular repeat, and then there's that. So you can choose plain or /irregular. That will go through, or you can pick a repeat. And these are for nice even repeats like so. Whichever one you have that's closest to either of those options, select. I'm going to go with repeat because this is a pretty plain repeat and it makes a lot of sense. Now I'm going to go and create that square again. And what's nice is because I picked tiling auto, which is right over here, CLO is going to automatically try to find the best repeat within what I just selected, which it really did a great job in that. What I always like to say though, and I always do, is I check the other maps too to make sure that is just as nice of a repeat there too. So here I'm going to my normal, this is actually pretty good. Displacement, this is pretty good. Roughness, okay. And opacity, yeah, this is great. So I'm pretty happy with this. And I'm gonna hit apply. So I'm gonna hit apply. And now, as you can see over where I see Phoebe's, this is now my fabric. I see the image. I even see the information update over here too. And all of that. So this is all set. And I can either hit save, and I can save out all the textures that I just created. So I can hit save, and I can hit select all and do all of that. Or, I'm just going to do that right now. I'm actually going to open this up too. And I'm going to select this as, because I'm prepared. Are you surprised? Come on, I'm always prepared. So here I have all of this, and I'm going to hit OK and save this. But I still have the physical properties to save as well. So I'm going to save just these texture images just to show you that you can. But I also want to go into my physical properties and start to save that and create a true full zFab, because as we know, all fabrics in CLO have two sets with them, right? It's one is the visual and then one is the physical. So we have achieved our visual. It looks great. Now we have to get to our physical. So let's jump in and get to our physical side of everything. Let's get physical. That was a bad 80s reference. Here we're going to go to fabric type, and I'm going to select the type that I want. I'm going to do just a plain weave here, and then I'm going to go into composition. Here I'm going to select the type of composition I want. So I'm going to do a cotton span. Great. And now I'm going to type in what I want. So I'm going to do 95, and then luckily it automatically fills the 5 for me. This is a much lighter weight fabric than 300. I'm going to do 165. Now, if you're asking me, or if you're saying like, wow, Phoebe, how do you know all of this? I know it because I did like figure out what this fabric was before I went in. So if you maybe have like some fabrics that you know what it is, or you have like maybe headers of the fabric, you can start typing that in from there. If you have no idea what it is, you can always just change and adjust the weights. And what's really nice is all of this changes in real time. So I was at 300 before, and the drape was is different here. When I do 165, it's gonna be a little bit different. So if you have the swatch and you want to you just want to do it by eye, you can. And what's very nice is if you do have to do it by eye, or you just want to do you want to check the two to make sure everything's great, you can lock your camera right here, and you can lock that so that this stays exactly where you want it to be. Or you can even change the view of this. So if I actually wanted this to be like on a square, because maybe I have a square stand, I could do that. So I could view it as on a square. If I wanted to view it like how I would if it was actually on a body, we even have a cape option, just like we did with our fabric creator, so I can see it as a cape. Or you can go back to your circle cylinder. You also can, of course, move around in this 3D area and view it however you'd like within 3D. And then you can always go back if you want to go back. So there's a few ways to go into it. Now, if you know a lot, I also know that this is 1.3. Actually, it's okay, great. Now, if you know a lot about fabrics and you've actually tested this out a lot and you know all of your advanced details, you can actually drop down and start to adjust here. Just so you can see, I can move this slider around and you'll see the draping of it change. So these do affect the drape of your fabric quite a lot. Just know that. If you by mistake make any mistakes, you can reset completely. But you can't reset individually, unfortunately, not yet. I'm going to go back to here. Cool. And now I'm just gonna close this up because this is all good. Now, let's say though you only knew your fabric physics, but you didn't have your maps or anything. We do have some maps for you to choose from, right? So I could select any of these maps. It will automatically change it for me to be these, which is really, really nice. I can always just click it again, and then I'll go back to the map that I originally had. So that's also really nice and helpful. Now that I'm all good, I have the fabric that I want. I can again hit apply if I want to, if I wanted to keep playing around or adjusting or anything like that. And when I select this fabric here, you actually see that the construction's updated with all of the information here. And what I'm going to now do is I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to save this out as the fabric. Again, I'm going to select all textures. I'm going to add my custom image because again, I'm a prepared person. And I'm going to hit OK. And it's all set. So now what I can do is I can just double click here and apply this to my shirt. Simulate. And look at that. The whole drape's going to change and everything. Pretty cool, right? Let's do another fabric just so that we can, you know, why just do one when you can do multiples? So here I'm going to go back and I'm actually just going to hit new. So now I'm going to hit new fabric and I'm going to go back to maps. I'm going to open up maps. And here I'm going to go and I'm going to do an irregular print. So I'm going to bring this base map in and I have all of my other maps with me. So I'm going to hit open. This is pretty good. I'm happy. I'm going to just hit check. Now, this is irregular, so this one's going to be a little bit difficult. I have my auto on, and I'm going to now just select a part. I'm just going to see what Clo can do, right? I'm just going to see. Who knows? Okay, so this isn't exactly what I want. That's okay. Now I'm going to zoom in and try to see what else I can do. How can I help Clo out to understand what I'm looking for? How does this look? Now, if I'm really not loving what's happening, which obvious can of course happen. Oh wait, I do love that. This is not exactly this, but I like it a lot. Okay, don't love that. Do really like this. Okay, I'm happy here. If I wasn't though, I can always uncheck auto and then I can start to move it around how I want it, right? So maybe I want it to be more like over here and then I'm gonna have, or I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I know what my repeat is. This is how it should be. It should be like this. And then I'm gonna move this and then I'm gonna hit the checkbox. And then I'm like, yeah, this is actually the repeat that I like. And this is much more like accurate of what I'm going for or something like that. So you can always do the auto where you're actually moving it around. You're not asking Clo to figure it out for you. You're deciding it. You can do that. When I zoom in, you will see like there's a little bit of breakage with this, with like the one I did, because it's not exactly perfect in lining up, because this isn't exactly perfect in lining up, which is why sometimes when you do the auto and then you have it with the irregularity. So again, let me do it here. It's kind of nice because it will read and know like, oh, this is irregular. Like, let me figure out how to help you. And then you can start to edit and adjust it so that it can be what you want it to be. Yeah, this is nice. I'm very happy with this one. This is cool. This is like a ladder. Okay. I'm now going to hit apply. And I'm not even going to like change this. I can, as you can see, I never changed my name or anything like that. And it just replaced this first one here. I'm just gonna, but guess what? I already saved the other one, so I can always bring that back in. But what's also nice is because I've applied this to my shirt, you see this in real time what's going on, which is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Come on. And now I'm going to go to physical property and I'm going to add in this. So this was a twill. So I'm just going to type in twill and then get that here. And, oh, was it a twill? Yeah, it was a twill. I'm going to do a linen. Let's do like a linen recycled poly. I feel like that's probably accurate. And then let's say 75. I hope I can do math on the spot. 25. Okay, look at that. I can. And now I'm going to do like, let's do a 180 because again, this is a woven. It's probably not that big. 175. Oh. Zoom in here. 0.75. Great. That's good. I'm just going to hit apply because this is accurate. And now I can hit simulate because again, this is automatically gone onto here. Pretty cool, right? Now, let's check out a totally different fabric. I'm now going to hit just save. Wait, let me save this fabric before I just go crazy and start making more fabrics. I'm going to save this and then I'm going to also bring this in because I'm prepared. Great. And now I'm going to make another fabric. So I'm going to hit new again. And let's do a completely different fabric. Let's go crazy and do Phoebe knits. What? We're going with a knit. And now I'm going to go to my maps again. You know what? I'm not going to go to a map. I'm going to just jump straight into physical. And I'm just going to say, I want a jersey. And I want this to be a cotton poly span. With poly. And this is going to be 80, 15. Great. And this is 275. And yeah, thickness is 15. Now, this is not the right texture for this, so I'm going to change it to this texture. This is good. I'm going to hit apply. This has changed the name, as you can see, BB Knits. Now, we have a button down with a jersey. Obviously, this isn't realistic, but I'm just showing you how like such a different fabric can even be put on here. And then the drape's going to change too, because all of this is working. I'm going to hit apply. This is applied. This is the fabric, Phoebe's Knits. The name even got updated and everything. I can see all of this info. And now I'm going to go and simulate. And look at that. The drape's changing. Everything's adjusting. Pretty cool. See how this is opening up more and all of that. So all of this is adjusting and all of that because of the different fabric and everything. So that's really cool and helpful. If I change this to GPU, just because I want this to be a little faster in simulating so that you can see the changes even better, you can see that. But yeah, this is pretty great. And it's all with the knits. Now I can hit save. And again, now I'm just going to hit select all. I don't have a custom. I just have one diffuse because again, I'm using a CLO default. I'm going to hit OK. And there we go. Now, I want to go back into my other one, my first fabric. So I'm going to open this up. I'm going to go into Phoebe's, open. Select all of this. Download. Simulate. As you can see, the drape's changing again. It's a little stiffer, opening up a little more, all of that. And we're great. Super easy, super helpful, right? That's all. So cool. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, use that comment section down below. Someone will get back to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out all of our videos on YouTube because there's so much great information out there. And just keep having fun in CLO. And thanks so much.